Welcome back to the Pepelwerk Vodcast. This is our second, episode. That's what to call it. I think there's something I did not tell you guys before about why you would even listen to or want to participate in this kind of conversation. Well, it's probably my background. I was a former HR executive. So basically, if you ever applied for a job, you ever did resumes, if you ever went to school first and got into debt, if you ever were mad because you didn't get a promotion, something that an HR professional did probably caused that. So let's talk about what's really going on. Now, I don't want a bunch of complaints, but I do want to make sure that this content is informative, right? Because that's what we're trying to do. Our purpose is to help people evolve with the future of work. And it's moving so fast. How people get jobs, what kind of jobs they get, it just changes so fast. And so today's topic is actually perfect because we're talking about internships. And internships have been a thing forever. It's not a modern thing. It's not a old style kind of thing. It's a good thing, and it's been around forever. And the reason why internships have been around forever is because it's really an opportunity for somebody who's got work ethic and interest in something to say, hey, I'm raising my hand because I want to actually eventually develop myself to become a professional in this. And I'm looking for some sort of support. That's what they're looking for. That's what, if you're looking for internship, that's what you're looking for from the community and corporations. I'm looking for support to help me get where I think I want to go. The challenge is that sometimes corporations have their own agenda, and that doesn't always complement with what you're aspiring to do or how they're evaluating you. So we're going to go through the couple things. We're going to talk about why, on at least according to what's being presented to people on the internet, why people believe there's a benefit in internships. We're actually going to talk about why internships matter. And then we're going to talk about just a few questions that we've gotten. And if you have additional questions while you're watching this, obviously this isn't going to be live by the time you see it, but if you have questions, put them in chat. And if you have other topics or questions that are not related to internships, but you want to have a dialogue about it, also put that in chat, because we want to make sure we're having conversations that matter about what you're facing in today's job market. And then we're going to talk about really some examples that we've been doing at Pepelwerk to help get the most out of what it means to be an internship as part of building the future of work. Okay, so let's talk about the benefits of an internship. This particular one, if you go just to regardless of where you're watching this, you could be watching it in India, Mexico, Canada. The awesome part about this is that internships, it's a global experience, and it really is industry agnostic, meaning whether or not you're going to raise cattle or you're going to be the next engineer, an internship should be part of your career journey at any stage. If you want to know more about what it means to actually offer an internship or get an internship in 2024, then go to our Rumble channel or our YouTube channel and watch more about that description. So the typical benefits of a internship is that you obviously get some sort of experience, but the experience is not always what people think it is. Like, should I get paid for this time that I'm spending versus the experiences that I'm getting? That's a personal choice. So you have to evaluate, and I do agree with what most of the government provided resources tell you about what to look for in internship, and even for companies, how to be more reasonable about what you're expecting from interns. Still very good information. Make sure that you're offering real world experience. Make sure that you're teaching and receiving and participating in meaningful professional conversation. They call it networking. I'm not sure about the whole networking thing. We'll talk about that in just a second. We want to make sure that we're demonstrating a capacity to grow in our skills proficiency. And we want to make sure that you're participating in internships that are flexible, that basically align with what your long-term goals are. So let's pause at those two things, because no matter what you do when you search on benefits of an internship, you kind of get the same peanut butter spread of information. But the reality is that you want to make sure that you are evaluating why you would be considering an internship in the first place, and if you're a company, why you're offering internships in the first place. And then make sure you've got that checklist before you actually go and try to either get your internship or find an intern. The second one is, why do internships matter? Well, I mean, from a big picture perspective, without internships, we don't give the next generation, not in terms of age, but the next generation of our workforce, the opportunity to replenish new jobs. That's really, especially for people work, what we're all about is how do we replenish these new jobs, the 55 million new jobs that are coming and being available every single day. Like, you don't know what you don't know about jobs, right? So internships, I don't agree with what the internet kind of peanut butter spreads out, that we just need to use internships as a way to express or the value of it is just to express our opportunity or interest for a particular job. It's really about economic continuity. And I know that's kind of like a big, a big corporate word, but that's really what it is. So if you're a business, the value of offering internships, apprenticeships, learn on the job, it's so important because jobs are changing so fast. The skills are changing so fast. And even if you're somebody who's thinking like an internship is just for somebody who's just starting out in their work life, hey, there are, again, 55 million jobs that, you know, they got to have somebody, and somebody who's willing to wait a little bit to get the bigger opportunity after practicing in an internship might be the right way to go. So yeah, internships matter, but I don't agree with what you could search on the internet as how kind of generic it is. So the questions that have been asked: how can I develop my skills during an internship? Well, there's really two ways. One, make sure that you are working in an internship, apprenticeship, learn on the job opportunity that has very specific project and tasks for you, so you know what you're supposed to do. And if the skills are super fundamental for you, like you're basic, you're not really learning, I don't really know if you're in an internship, you're just in a lower income job for the skills that you have. Internships and learn on the job and apprenticeships should be to expand your skills, capabilities, expand and introduce you to doing new things. So the way that I think that you can develop new skills is, one, to make sure that the internship is actually structured in a way that's leveling you up, because that's why you're making typically a paid compensation or no pay at all. It's because you're leveling up in some way. And if that side has been met, then you need to ask questions. That's the best way to develop your skills, is ask questions and check along the way. How do I build a strong network during my internship? So this is one of the things that when you look on the internet and you're like, what are the 5 things I'm supposed to do to get an internship, or that during why I would get an internship? It says networking. Well, networking means something different to a lot of people. This does not mean politicking. This doesn't mean trying to schmooze yourself into relationships with people that can make decisions about your future career. It's really about showing and then communicating. So don't just talk about it, do it, and then show what you've done to the people that could influence the decisions of your future career. So network in this sense is not, do I just want to be friends with you, but can I show you, and am I demonstrating my work in the right way, so that, hey, you, boss, you know when it comes to future jobs that you think of me because I showed you exactly what I can do. So not networking like friends, but networking like show what you got. How do I increase my chances of getting a full-time offer after my internship? Increasing my chances is such an important section to that question. It's just a chance. I mean, that's what an internship is. You are trying, and the company is trying you, the program is trying you. Like at pepelwerk, our job is to set people up for the next step of their internship and apprenticeship. So think of us as like, we're the prep before the big date. So if you participate in the internship or the Real World of Work program for pepelwerk, we're making sure that you're so ready for that actual internship or apprenticeship with one of our customers that we know that your likelihood of getting that job is so much higher, because we know that you're more prepared. You've done kind of like the preliminary work to do it. So that's really what I would recommend to increase your chances of getting your full-time internship, and the things that I mentioned before. So even if you're not part of pepelwerk and you just had this opportunity to have an internship, the 2 things still apply to you. And then what should I do if I don't get a returned offer? So basically you got rejected. Well, if you get rejected from one job, just like any other situation in life, there's going to be another one that shows up. Timing is so important. I mean, that's really one of the things that people just misunderstand. And there's this interesting article about how interns are paid as of 2024, the time that they spend, and the statistics related to future success for those that do participate in internships versus not, and how long it takes them to get to their goals. Essentially, what this particular article is from CNBC Works Council, which is one of my favorite places to have meaningful future work conversations. It actually says that I'm sorry, I lost my spot. It says 40% of interns surveyed said that they were not paid. Okay, that's a fact, because some of them are getting different things in exchange for their time. Remember, it's a relationship. You're balancing what you're getting. It's not always about the compensation. But of those that decided to start their career with an internship, and starting doesn't mean young. It doesn't mean like I just started my job, and that could mean at any point in your career. And again, we have another video about that. But the 500,000 or more in annual income over their lifetime for just actually starting an internship, that's pretty amazing statistic. I mean, the Department of Labor is what measured that. So they're saying, even if you start off with no pay, the long haul is that you make $500,000 more with somebody who might have waited and didn't get that goal paid internship just for the beginning of that new career, but they totally got exactly more money they got more money when they invested in themselves in the short time, and then it came back to them in the long run. And then the last statistic that I just think is interesting is that the timing part to it. So it takes anyone from 3 to 6 months, which we already know at pepelwerk. That's why we're a career goal planning tool. That's why you're designing your own AI career assistant to be able to help you go through every single transition, because time is so important. The earlier you start and identify your goals within job and work and earn, etc., the more likely it is that you're going to get it with the least amount of gap and frustration in earning and time lost. So the numbers here just really prove that. If you are starting as a freshman and you haven't started to work towards getting and defining your internship, then you are 30% less likely to get your goal job at graduation. If you are an adult looking to reskill or relaunch your career, if you don't get started 6 months before you're ready to make that change, then it will take you at least 6 more months to do it. Interesting. So people are out there researching this kind of stuff to help you, encourage you to make the right informed decisions. Thank you for watching the Vodcast today. I do really want to hear what's going on with you, the challenges that you're facing as you're getting ready for this rapid changing future of work, and what kind of conversations would be meaningful to help you evolve with work.